Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to the map editor, and welcome back to this island we are creating. We are on the PC version of the game, Steam version of the game, and I'm just going to quickly run through the controls for anyone who's new here. They are W to go forward, S to go back, A to go left, D to go right, Q to go down, E to go up. Push and hold the right mouse button, that pans the camera around, but wait. There's more. There's always more as we pull the plane wreck from the toolbox. Well, we have R to rotate, T to transform, C to copy or clone, delete. That deletes, and if you have something selected and press F, that focuses something smaller and that gets a lot closer. But wait, there's even more, there's more. Yes, you've got to keep in mind that the camera does not have a constant velocity the closer you are to the island mesh, or a bunch of objects the slower it's going to be. If you have a bunch of objects stacked up, it's going to get a bit herky-jerky, kind of like you got lag, but there is no lag. It's just the way the game is. So if we come over here, and there's a bunch of stuff up here, sometimes there you go, little jumping around. And that's nothing to do with the recording. That's nothing to do with this computer. That is everything to do with just the way the game is. And I guess last thing, the terrain, the brushes. So we have smooth height, set height, and raise and lower height. If you're going around with a mouse slider cranked all the way up, you're smoothing the sand on your beaches, and then you click on raise and lower, left click, and you will have a spike all the way into a different time zone. And you'll say to yourself, oh no, what do I do? Well, the thing is, always make sure this mouse slider is turned all the way down. When you are done using a brush, save often because there is no undo. And that is everything covered. Let's get on with it. So what I thought we could do this episode is animals and a few more wrecks, and then we can test the island, and then next episode fix any bugs that we find and publish it. So this episode, animals, wrecks and testing. And then next episode, which if you're watching these as they go out, that's Friday. Yes, Friday. A little bit of touching up, a little bit of fixes, and then hopefully we can publish it. Now, there is something I would like to ask just before we get the video started. Under the video, there's some buttons. Now, if I say subscribe, or if I say like the video, do those buttons light up? Do they glow at all, just momentarily? And I can't say it again because I think it only happens once, but I'm kind of curious to know if that is something that actually happens when you say that as a content creator. Anyway, we have a bunch of animals. Let's get into this. We got boars. I don't know why they're called boars. They're actually quite interesting. They're little piggies, little piggy boys. Now, we can put a boar on the island, very harmless. They'll give you a little bit of meat. You can get a big, you can get the boar spawner. So the boar spawner, other than the boar is just an animal, if you kill it, is dead. The boar spawner will respawn an animal every 6 days for a land animal. I'll get rid of that. There's no way to tell which one you have once they're on the beach. You got the little crab. Kill it, it's dead. Okay, that's fun. Crab spawner. Crab spawner. Oh, we got 2 crab spawners. Yeah, every 6 days and you'll get a new crab. Why 6 days? Sharks are 3 days, land animals are 6 days as far as I remember. We got the giant crabs, but wait, here's the broken dead crab model. Yep, well that's just the way it is. And then we got the giant hogs. Giant hog? He's a big and he's a wrong un, isn't he? He'll go around really messing people up on the island. What else have we got? In terms of land animals, there's a night snake. Night snake is a bit of a problematic creature. Hello. He's a friendly fellow. It's probably actually not that bad, I'm going to be honest, as far as snakes go. But he'll give you a little nip. And then we've got all the sharks. The whale shark and the great white. Does he give you a little kiss? Yeah, whale shark's a completely passive creature. Very friendly creature. Now, there are some problems with animals. Not all animals behave well on all islands, especially this type of island with lots and lots of water. So we have water that goes between the offshore sand dunes and the main island itself, but we also have a huge tunnel that runs through it. And on top of that, we've got another little river, which honestly, yeah, I mean, it works. I was gonna probably close this off a little bit, but The trouble is, if we put in boars, these little fellas will run around like nobody's business, and then they'll get themselves into the water and you'll never see them. They are problematic, so we're not going to put tiny boars on the island. We're not going to put snakes on the island because they do the same thing. They'll go underwater and you'll see them slithering around and they'll just get stuck. So snakes and boars, not really a thing. If we have more land, maybe, but this closeness to the water is a bit of an issue for them. We're going to put crabs, specifically crab spawners, and we're going to put the giant crabs as well. We're going to give the island crabs, don't you know, don't you know? Now, where are we going to do that? That is an excellent question. We can only really do that in places where they can be found. Good. So how about on the beach? Not too close. I don't want you. I want the crab spawner. Not too close. And I tend to do them in pairs. 1 and 2. There we go. These will now respawn. Oh. You're not likely to want to build a house right underneath a tree. That's a thing. But yeah, these guys will just walk around in circles. You don't need to orient them. You don't need to do anything. They'll just walk around in a circle. Sometimes it helps if you lift them slightly above the sand because they'll drop down to meet the surface. So that's not so much of an issue. I'm not going to put them on the peninsula here because they'll just walk off into the water and you'll never see them again. Said it's a bit of a problem. Little crab. And little crab. There we go. Little crab spawners. Neat. I'm going to put one over here. Little crab. Oh, it's gone and clicked onto a different object. Terrain object, so we don't have anything selected, so we don't mess things up. And I think little crab. I'm being cautious about where we put them. Just a little bit off the beach. There we go. Because of what I don't want them to do is go under the water mesh. As soon as they're under the water mesh, they can't get out. They get stuck. That's it. That's it for them. In terms of hostile creatures, well, you've got to be careful where you put them in order to spawn. Here's the thing. Don't put them somewhere where someone's going to build a house, because that thing is going to respawn every 6 days. And then they will just go and nibble your tootsies, your toes, your little... They'll just appear under the floorboards. Oh, alright. So in the woods is fine. There's probably fine. And I'm going to do one over here as well, because it's kind of far away from the water. Now, fiddler crabs will go up onto land and they'll just go and hang out where the people are, because they want that sweet, sweet food. So there's one in one woods, one in the other woods. There's crabs on the smaller islands. We could probably put another couple of crabs. Let's try one here and one here. There we go. Terrain objects, nothing selected. Right, so we put a bunch of crabs on the island. The island now has crabs. Good. Good. So we'll close that. We don't need to put birds on the island. Birds will just appear. We don't need to put fish. Fish will just appear. We're not going to put sharks on the island. There's a reason for that. Even though there are friendly sharks, the main problem is with an island like this, especially if this is placed by the player at the edge of a map, not so much the center of the world, but the very edge of the world. Sharks tend to swim under the island. They become very problematic. It's better not to have sharks unless you are specifically making a shark-based map, in which case have less island, more water. Right, good. Anyway, one of the things that we don't really have, we got a shipwreck here, and we got a plane wreck over there. We don't really have much in the way of shipwrecks. No. And we have The Abyss, ABYSS. It's a very good film. The actors had a very hard time filming it, but yeah, it's a thing. So we got structures. We got a bit of a problem. Shipwreck 3A is quite a nice shipwreck. Unfortunately, you can't really see it unless you push it away. So you can get the orientation by pushing it well away. That's something of a problem if you actually wanted this shipwreck on your island. You need to transform, shunt it away. Oh, how far do we have to push it? How far can we pull the camera out? This is so problematic to use this particular shipwreck. It's a lovely shipwreck. It's quite a good one. But we have to use the very low LOD model. And I'll push that down into the water. Okay, So from back here, terrain objects, we've got nothing selected. I am going to grab a rock. Big rock? Yeah. I'm just going to, from this angle, snuggle it up to the hull a little bit. Is that as snuggle as we can get? Okay. And then what I'm going to do is take another big... Actually, no. What we can do is hit C to copy. Pull that across and rotate it. Because the rocks will be fine. Let's pull out as far as we can. This thing over here is such a pain in my butt. That's such a pain in my butt. There is definitely, like, we got the grab rails for the boat. We just don't have the boat. All right, raise and lower. Let's have lower selected. Pull the amount slider slightly up. Change the size of the brush down, and then push in just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we've got some deformation. What we're probably going to do is take one of these, drag it down, and then like that. You know what? I actually kind of like that being there. Let's pop that down into the water. Okay, because this area of the island was had nothing going for it. It was just like a weird peninsula that had like very little in the way of beach, swimmable beach. We've put a bunch of resources here, and we've also now put the wreck of a boat. We'll see what that looks like when we're in the game. But that's a nice little thing there. It also doesn't interfere with the entrance to the cave, which is excellent. I don't want to put stuff that's going to interfere with you sailing in and out. So this apron here, underwater, we don't want stuff being there, because a player will probably get themselves into trouble. We have a few survivor structures on top of those, and we got one there, so that's okay. What we could do, no, the airplane's there. And we have a wreck over there. Let's just go up. So what do we got? Wreck at the top, wreck at the left. We have an airplane to the right. I do kind of want to put something in. I think we were going to do something here. We have a rowboat here. We could put something here. That would be absolutely fine. If we come down, let's see. Oh, it's the abyss again. Yeah, this island is so big, it's just snuggled up to the edge of the abyss. What happens if something falls into the abyss? What if it tumbles into the abyss? That, my friends, is an excellent question. If there's something tumbles into the abyss, then that's it. That's really just it. I'm quite happy to put this here, and it does two things. It signals the entrance to the cave, but it also gives you something to explore. Up, canter over a little bit, because nothing sits evenly on its keel. Once the buoyancy has been lost, it will conform to the terrain. That's probably fine, to be honest. There we go. You have something to jump up on and explore. But wait, there's more. Yeah, we're just gonna get the camera in here. Make sure the player can actually get in here. They cannot. Okay, so terrain lower. Make sure the brush is very small, and just push some of this down, amount slider up a little bit more, and then just push some of the sand out from the inside by just pushing and holding left mouse button, really. Oh, yeah. We can't just put this particular wreck in without getting rid of some of the sand. And the reason we do that is because there are some crates that do in fact spawn in here. And you want them to be accessible once they have spawned. Maybe. Maybe? Sometimes they don't. Okay, but we can leave some sand in here because that's fine. Yes, as long as the entrance is also okay. Right, let's go up through the model itself. Boop, out of the water. Nothing egregious. No. Nope. See, it's very, very much buried in the sand there. What we could do is... I mean, I was going to say we could put a rock there, but that's going to have a load of coral there anyway. Cool. Excellent. So we got... these two are in the same orientation, but I'm going to be honest, you're not going to see them. No, you don't see them. So that actually doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter? No, it really doesn't matter. Right, okay, and we could technically put something here as well, but then there's a lot of boats on this side of the island. So I think what we could do is find... What do we got? What do we got? Rowboat 3. That's always a fun one. Plop rowboat 3 just under the water. Actually, which side is least likely to have someone trying to anchor a boat? Okay, we'll put one here then. I don't want to get in the way of someone's fun if they actually want to use the smashed jetty. So they can still pull a boat up the side, but because this rock here, they're unlikely to do it this side. You gotta keep things open, keep your mind open. Right, that's cool there. We do have a rowboat over here. Yeah, so I think in terms of stuff to explore, I'm not entirely sure I like these two being in the same orientation. Or we could try giving it a little... No, it's not. It's not going to have any effect. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. And then all we need to do now that we've got the crabs on, now we've added a few wrecks, all we need to do is test the island. So we hit escape, and we hit save, and we hit save. Yes. Overwrite, and then we can quit to the menu. I'm going back to the main menu just to show you everything from the beginning. You go to the cartographer. And once that's loaded, that will give you your world. Well, if you're on console, that'll be your 5x5 grid, but if you're on PC, that's the 50 island tiles all higgledy-piggledy after the big world update. That was, well, some time ago. You find the map that you have been working on, and you drag it into your world. But wait, there's more. How do you know where you are? You are, or at least you are saved, on the island with the red ring around it. Now I know the island above it is in fact the starting island, so I can take Dizzy's Return, I can drag it over the top, and then I can hit apply. That will save the world, that will put that into my current game. But wait, there's more. If I wanted to, I could hit change save slot, and I could use slot 2, 3 or 4 as a testing world. So I could hit slot 2, I could begin a new game, I could get to the point where I save, so make a shelter and save, and then I could load my island into like slot 1 through 4. But because I plan on doing something with my current world, and because I've already got everything backed up, I can just hit play. And we're back in the game, back in the house, back on Hobbes' Revenge, a map that is definitely available on the Steam Workshop. It is big, it is beautiful, this house is wonderful. I love this open roof style, but that's not what we're here to do. We are here to look at the new island. Now we're gonna need to use the developer console, which is /, certainly on a British keyboard. And we're gonna type dv.god. And dev.god is going to give us the ability to fly. Now we can just fly above everything. Ooh, use the developer console? Yeah, because we're going to need to get over to our island, and it's going to be a bit of an issue if we have to walk. I don't know about you, but walking on water is quite difficult. Also, the time of day is not great, so we're going to type dev.time_10. That is now 10 o'clock in the morning. We're also going to go and grab our raft because we might need to test that. Is that floating? It is. Right click and grab it on the corner and then just hoof ourselves off. The island's looking pretty good from our point of view. The little offshore island blocks the entrance to the cave mouth so it doesn't look like a giant open moor. Ah, there's that wreck we just placed. And if we throw this in... How can we tell our raft is behind us? Oh, I don't know, because it's behind us. We type dev.god an A. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that was always going to be a problem. But we got side... Nope, that's not a side sail. We got side sails. I was like, oh, we have side sails, don't you know? Yeah, it helps if you do have side sails on your raft. Pull us back. What is making the bubbles? Oh. It's a little brain coral. Boop. This would just snuggle up to that. There we go. And technically, you can just walk off. Yeah, you don't even need to jump. This is positioned so perfectly. So the difference between last time and this time, we have the plants in here. Not so much in the ceiling, but definitely along the walls, which is great. We could probably put a couple of nans on the ceiling. That's nice. We got some wild lava. Probably move that over slightly. We did have... Ooh, there's some purple poison boys in the water last time, but it also wasn't deep enough to swim in. It is definitely deep enough to swim in now. What's going on here? Oh, it's a puddle of light. It's a puddle of light. Wonderful. Ah, so that has actually fixed that problem. And look, walkways, so many of them. Okay, let's go and have a little look around the island. I was wondering what this looks like, because I'm thinking we need to do something here. Yeah, I probably do need to put some sort of cap there. That's the island we've just come from. Excellent. Ah, this is great. Bearing in mind that there are giant crabs now on this island. Okay, cool. Everything seems to be running okay. If you put too much stuff on an island, especially too many animals, you are going to kill the frame rate and just absolutely murder the frame rate. Why? Animal AI will do that. If you have too many of them, they're going to absolutely mess with your frames. So keep that in mind. Let's have a little run around here. We put some crabs somewhere around here. Oh, yeah. Exactly what I said would happen has happened. This lad is now in the water and stuck, because once they're under the water, they can't get out. Really? Yeah. Bink. No. Well. Can I pick you up? Yes, I can. So that's why you don't really want snakes and boars. This lad is living his best life on the land. What we can do is put that away. We put our little rowboat in here. Bloosh. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that is actually perfect. And we have our broken jetty, which I think we put this rock specifically so you can stand here and look out at sea. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. It is beautiful. I'm not seeing anything broken yet, which is great. Yeah, no, that's a good call to put that there. That was good thinking by me. Oh, good going, me. This area here still feels big and open. I guess it's okay. I mean, this works. It's kind of out of the way. With some more crabs around here. Where are they? I don't know. They could be in the water. How could you tell? You got to whip the torch out. Having a torch to be able to peer through the water is definitely something you need. I don't know. They'll be around. Oh, there they are. There they are. There's one of them anyway. He's in the water. Oh. Ah! What a pain in the butt. What a giant pain in the butt. All this is new, because we hadn't put any of this in last time. This is in the water. There's a rock next to it, and the other rock nearby, and the sand that we pushed down just recently. So yeah, this works, but because the LOD issue in the map editor, you gotta mess around with it. You gotta mess around with it a little bit. But this whole area now has stuff around it, which is kind of cool. Really do like that. That's a cool thing to see. Trying to remember where we put the big crabs, but they're in the woods, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Ah, this looks so good. I think not having the metalwork which we had originally here is pretty good. And that looks... Look at that. Oh, that's great, especially with all the coral and stuff now in the water. There are some issues with rocks. I don't think we're going to really solve that. What do you mean? Well, look. The game likes to put rocks in places. And these are shoreline rocks. We could make this a little deeper through here. That might help. I don't know if we can get the raft out there. That's the main problem. We can test that though. We have a raft. Time of day is SPF is quite low. Oh, can you do something about that? Yes. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's great. Yes, I can. Dev.console T-R-U-E. Dev.console space true. Cool, then / which is on the other side. And it will be, if we pull this down, it's new medical, medical aloe salve. There we go, create prefab. Boop. Oh, could you just create a shark or something? Yes, I could. You going to? Why would I do that? Birds, well, I mean, they're just going to get stuck in here. Do a little swim. Curiously, this seems to not have any rocks in it, so what we might do is make that whole area shallower. Oh no, there's some rocks here. The raft didn't seem to have too much difficulty in that. These birds are going to have a... Yeah, they really don't like that, do they? Let's see if we can get out into the open water. Boop. See if we can get out into the open water. We are going to need to maneuver sideways. Side-to-side sails are probably going to be mandatory here. And then let's see if we can navigate out. I think a big raft is just asking for trouble. We skimmed over some rocks. That was what we did. Okay. Okay. Yeah, probably small raft territory, this. And then I just want to see if we can float out. It's just, oh, what's going on? What is going on? We're getting there. Just getting there slowly. I mean, the answer is yes. Okay, even with the shoreline rocks underneath, we can still scoot around over the top of those, so they're not in the way. Time of day though. Oh, I don't like that. Dev dot time 10. 10 o'clock is the nicest time of day, I think. Okay, cool. Rock bridge. Yep, we've added that since last time we've looked at the island. I'm gonna go back up here and just have a little look from this direction. Now we've parked the raft down there. Yep. So okay, everything's fine. I'm not seeing any rock pillars or spires or anything kind of getting in the way. So this is looking great. This is looking fantastic. Yeah. Little upright stops you just walking straight off the edge, as does the tree in the opposite direction. Ah, that's why you did that. Yeah, that's why I did that. Little boat, one of the cloth pieces that we put in, which is nice. Okay, so there are going to be a little bit of, is going to be a little bit of treasure kicking around. I wouldn't normally just eat that or plant it, but it's a thing. Airplane. What's the airplane look like now? Look at this. Look at this. It does look like it's been a little bit biffed up. And we've got the tyre pile underneath, where the wheels would be. Oh, a little bit of PP as well. Good. Everything is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing anything that's broken. We got the lantern. We got the tin of beans. Put away. Good. And we know there's a crab around here somewhere. Somewhere. There he is. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you can't anchor animals to a specific point. That is just something you can't do. Which is why we can't just put a snake on top of a spire. Ah, the wing. Wing from the aeroplane. Because the rest of the aeroplane is buried in the ground. That, yeah, I like it. I love it. I'm really liking it. The groins, I don't think we had the groins last time either. These things that interrupt the sand on the beach. Oh, the game has decided to put a purple poison buoy outside of the water. Fun. Yeah. Something to aim your raft at. And the nice thing is that they're fully out of the sand. So at least one side, you got your rocks and stuff. And on the other side, you got the sand that's all piled up. Ah, it works. I mean, it works because that's how we designed it. There should be some crabs around here somewhere. Yeah, the little crabs just tend to disappear. Don't know what's going on. Just don't know what's going on there. Oh, don't know what's going on there. This box, can't be moved, but if you pick up a physics object and push it, it can be moved because it's a physics object. But no one tells you that. Oh, okay. So now we've cleared that out. We should be able to... Yeah, because we didn't have these uprights, so we couldn't see where the path was. Now the uprights show where the path is. And this is all updated. So we could probably do with some more stuff along the spine in terms of plant life, I think. Potatoes. Just a little hop up here. And run. That actually looks nice with the greenery down there. I'm quite enjoying that. Up through here onto the pathway. Yes, there is a pathway now. We'll go up and around. Hey, buddy. Hello. How are you doing? You seem to have a headache because you have an axe buried in it. Boom. Right, okay. Cool. Now we're in the sort of Mediterranean forest zone, which is great. Yeah, nothing's broken yet, and we can walk down because there is a railing that goes underneath the dirt, but we made it so that you can just walk in. Excellent, 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 excellent. That tree is in fact destructible, so if you wanted to chop it down, you can. Treasure. Yeah, everything seems to be good. Everything seems to be working. Nothing seems to be absolutely biffed. And we can come back in here. We have the quayside with... can I put you out of your misery? Yes. He's dead, Jim. You can just do that? Yeah, if you can hit him with an axe or a pole arm, then you can absolutely... Oh, he's gone. Yeah, seagulls are just like a one hit, one tap. Okay, we have the other uprights. We've got the steps, which do kind of work if you jump up them. Rocks for mining. Excellent. And the path that goes over the top. We've got the railing that stops you falling in. Well, discourages you from falling in because there is a bloody great big hole there. We also put a bunch of stuff on the top, which is nice. And if you wanted to take out the plants, you can, because some of them are in fact destructible. Another view of the view of the island. That is, yeah, that's great. Loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, I think where we haven't been is the other island and up here. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking very good. You can just run up here. I mean, hope nobody's got vertigo because it's a bit of a long way up. It's a bit of a long way up. Coconuts. And another container. Now we did... yeah, we can continue the rock around the outside so you can in fact view everything from above. The coral doesn't render from this distance, apparently. It only renders when you get close, which is a bit of a thing. Light. And more seagulls. Excellent. We'll hoof over the other side because the way up the other side is in fact across here. Time of day. Let's change the time of day. So dev.time space 10. Doot. There we go. Let's give ourselves some light. Aziz, more like... Oh, we didn't go along the quay. Didn't go... Yeah, along the jetty. That's fine. That's fine. This had to all be redone because I forgot to save after the video that had that. That looks really good. Gonna be honest, these walkways, yeah, paying dividends. That's the way down there, which means we can go this way. And if we run and jump, we don't break our ankles. Hoof over here. And then we should have a lantern here somewhere. There it is. I mean, it'll obviously glow at night. I've got spear and this deadman. I don't think the deadmans are a physics object. Are you a physics object? No, the skelly bobs are not a physics object, so you can't just physics through them. Oh no, how are we possibly going to get down? Well, I'm not going to jump off that because that's the abyss down there. Don't want to jump into the abyss. That would be foolhardy. But what's here? Well, boom, straight into the water. That's a heckin' long way up as well. Cool, and then we added stuff to this island. Yeah, everything looks fine. Okay, except for that end piece over there, I think. That's really kind of letting the team down. And maybe the positions of some of the crabs. Cause they are disappearing off into nowhere land. Cool. So let's hoof over here and just check out the jetty. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of stuff to explore. So the forest definitely looks a little bit more lively now that we've got all of the stuff actually inside it. The younger pine trees and stuff. We haven't been over here. It's fine. Yep, it's fine. The entrance to the cave has its trees around it. Yeah, so stuff on the roof of the cave. And I think moving some of the crabs around might be a good idea. Good. Good. I don't think there's anything we can do. Those two we placed over there, and they just wandered into the water. So I don't think there's anything we can do about that. And then the jetty. One side is sandy, the other side is not. And you can come out and just stare out at sea. See what you can see. And what we can see is a bloody great big island. Excellent. Dev dog god. Hoof. Just jump up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, I don't think the depth of the water is going to be much of a problem with this. Because the boat seems to be able to just go up over the rocks that are submerged that the game likes to put in. So that's absolutely fine. Everything seems to work. Then you can see the coral just forming underneath us because we're moving so quickly. You can just kind of see it popping in. It pops in around the player, which is kind of neat. But yeah, the island is looking absolutely fine. There are some things that we are going to need to do. It looks very different from the map editor. Yeah, you do need to come into the real world and test it every now and again. Oh, I forgot our pins were broken. Our little getaway stick's broken. That's terrible. Yeah, coming in is definitely something you have to do if you're making maps. You can't just make the map and hope it'll work. So yeah, cave, add some more stuff to the roof of the cave, and adjust the animal positions, and maybe do something with that little peninsula. Cool. I am going to leave it there for the time being. So if you're liking these videos, if you like this series definitely, and you want to see more, leave a little like, leave a subscribe if you haven't done that already. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what. I'll catch you next time.